Hello AIESEC, my name is Kevin-Chege. I'm a 29-year-old Kenyan and I'm currently the president of AIESEC in Rwanda. I've been in AIESEC for 7 years now, since 2003, and I've had an amazing AIESEC experience. I started my AIESEC term in AIESEC Nairobi, a local chapter, where I was a member and was instrumental as part of a team that brought back projects to AIESEC in Kenya after a long absence of projects in that country. Thereafter, I was a director for information management. Back then it was called information systems, and was involved in helping creating an online platform for AIESEC Nairobi and engaging members in using this system. Finally, I was elected as local committee president in 2005 till 2006, and what I found was an LC that was almost falling apart. We had a debt in excess of $1,000. We were almost getting disbanded. Our exchange numbers were low. Our members were unmotivated. But together with my team, together with the people I work with, we managed to bring back this LC, pay off all our debts, and finish as the joint top exchange performer in Africa, and also the #1 LC in Kenya, in which we were actually awarded as the top LC in Kenya. Thereafter, I came to Rwanda, but before that, I had a stint as expansion manager for AIESEC Kenya, where I was actually involved in deciding on whether AIESEC in Rwanda could actually work, doing the feasibility study, trying to approach partners, trying to see who could support us on a strategic level, which country we could do this partnership with, and so on and so forth. And some of the results that we achieved there was that we were able to establish an expansion here in Rwanda that was voted in as an official expansion in IBM in Egypt in 2007. And we also managed to get Belgium to come on board as a strategic partner and financial partner to enable AIESEC Kenya to have the capacity to do this expansion. Meanwhile, my fellow colleagues in AIESEC Nairobi, my vice presidents, had all gotten internships, which is something that I will always cherish. 3 of them are currently in DHL, and 1 of them was in Alliance but has since gone back home. And so that is something that I will always cherish as part of what we achieved as impact in AIESEC Nairobi. In 2007, I was elected president of AIESEC Rwanda, and since then until now, I've been helping to manage this chapter, to steer it in a particular direction, to give it strategic guidance, to develop the membership and the leadership pipeline. We finished these last 6 months as the top growing chapter in Africa with 400% growth in exchange. We have a partnership with Tata Consultancy Services for OGX, technical internships to go to India, of which we have now realized 1 and have matched 2. And we have a partnership with the government of Rwanda to support 50 people to go for exchange by providing $100,000 towards an OGX kitty that will cover transport, the flights, and also administration fees for AIESEC. So things are beginning to move in a particularly good direction. And I'm also happy to say that we now have an alumni association fully registered, which is actually quite active, and they have promised to sponsor 2 full-time members to the MC this year. And so we'll be having a full-time vice president of exchange and a full-time vice president TM for this next term, sponsored by the alumni association. And so that's just amazing for me. So why am I running for AI? 1, I think there's a lot that I still have to learn. I've had an amazing experience in Africa, and even though I've interacted with a lot of countries around the world, interacted with you as MCPs from all over the world, I still feel that a 1-year intense experience where I get to learn your reality and I get to understand your way of thinking, I get to see what happens in your country, is still something that I need. Also being part of an amazing team that is drawn from all over the world, that is full of ambitious and highly achieving people, would be the capstone in my AIESEC career, and I would learn so much from that. Secondly, is that I would love to be involved in setting the next midterm ambition for AIESEC. Having been around since before 2005, I think I have a general idea of where we've come from, and I'd like to give my input in setting the next direction. And finally, I think that it's an amazing opportunity for me to get to work with your countries and interact with you and share some of the things that I've learned, and also share some of the things that you've learned in your AIESEC experience, and build together a wonderful future for our association. I'm actually applying for the Vice Presidency of Corporate Development, and the reason I think that for me would be the perfect option is that 1, I want to get my hands dirty. I want to come in, sit with you and your country, and talk about the challenges you're facing, devise solutions for them, work together to make things happen. I want to be out of the office and visiting countries and delivering on this coaching. Secondly, I want to learn from you, from your culture, from your way of thinking, from what makes your country unique. Because I think that as a member of an international organization, I have a duty to learn as much about the world as I can. And as a future change agent, I need to understand what makes the world move around. And I'll learn that by working with you. And finally, I think I have the right attitude, experience, skills, and personality for this position. The experience I've already talked about. I think the attitude maybe you can see by even my expression on the video. But the personality is that I think that an AIESEC international member should have a particular endearing personality so that people can feel easily able to approach you. And I think I have all those things. So thank you, and I hope that you get to read my application on time and you get to read my bio. Please ask me whatever questions you have, and I'll be happy to answer you in the best way that I can. Once again, I'm Kevin-Chege.